So, what are your thoughts on Vermont's future renewable energy?
Well, as I told you before, I am a state representative and I have a big interest in this topic. And particularly, well, it's a little off topic, but I'm on the Transportation Committee and I have a real interest in figuring out how we can cut our transportation. In Vermont, as you probably know, they account for 44% of our greenhouse gases, transportation sector. So that's sort of where my interest is in particular. I have a close friend who's on the Energy and Natural Resource Committee. She's been doing a lot of work around the Vermont Yankee issue for years. She's been in the House for 10 years. And I know there have been a lot of bills coming out of that committee about, renewable energy, feed-in tariffs and things like that I think have been very successful. I personally know people who've gotten solar, because of that legislation, they've been able to get solar collectors for their farms.
You see them all over
businesses.
Vermont now. Yeah.
So that's really great. So we are a very enlightened state, I think.
What do you think would be like a good, how do you think that, how do you think we're going to transition?
Very good question. And this is the thing that where you, environmental economics is really where it's at because it's got to make sense. And I think we were just hearing from one of the teachers from your school, the Gund Institute, right? About the taxes that Germany pays for gasoline over $3. People in the United States would just flip out over that, but they do reinvest the money into payroll taxes and Social Security types of things. So it's not like people are just paying. And I've started to read that green tax policy for Vermont, and it's really tax the bad and encourage the good. We have a climate change caucus at the State House to talk about these issues.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
So, what are your views on Vermont's energy future?
Vermont's energy future. I would like to see a Vermont that moves away from nuclear, frankly. My parents tell stories about when they were building their home here, and Yankee was just going to be going in, and what they were told is, electricity is going to be so cheap, you won't even have to meter it. And so they went ahead and built their house with everything electric heat, electric everything. Well, they ended up converting to another fuel source because, as we all know, electricity went through the roof. So much for the tremendous benefit. It's scary to me, that we have to have these emergency evacuation plans, and to say nothing of the tritium, and it doesn't inspire a whole lot of confidence to know that the people who have been running the plant haven't been entirely forthright about what's going on and what they do and what they don't do. That concerns me a great deal, and to know that the contamination is getting into the Connecticut River when so much effort and time went into cleaning the Connecticut River to make it the beautiful recreational environmental thing that it is today. I just don't think nuclear is compatible with what is Vermont. To my way of thinking. I know there's water, there's solar, there's wind, and I know people have very strong emotional responses to a lot of those things. And I don't think there's perhaps any source of energy that's entirely benign. But, at least it won't be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years before you could reverse damage. So
That's perfect.
that's my opinion.
Great, that was really interesting.